Hello, and thank you for coming to my YouTube channel. I am here today painting a project that I called Clam Garden. So here you can see me painting some pink and some white detailing on the clam. Clam gardens are significant to me because being indigenous from the Indigenous Nation, they have been a large part of our ecological system. So we used to take beaches and we'd clear them of debris completely so that the clam populations could survive and thrive. So we would take rocks, fallen logs, and everything off the beach so that we could cultivate these clams. They're important because coming from a hunter-gatherer society, it was obviously important that we have a reliable source of food all year round. So being on the West Coast, most of our food came from the ocean. Clams in particular were a very important time, and there would be often ceremonies and songs related to the harvesting of them. So during this project, I got really bogged down with trying to make everything symmetrical. As you can see, I'm trying to line up one of the pieces and symbols very well. I really did try my best, but at the end of the day, I had to give up on the perfection and just accept that not everything could be perfect. So I decided to add this blue in because I really wanted to tie in the ocean to the clams and their relationship being very significant. So I thought the blue could represent that on the clam. I got a little discouraged while doing this part because it started to look, when I was looking at it upside down, it started to look like a foot and as if I was drawing the toes and the fingernails. But I realized the longer I look at something, the more challenging it becomes. So I got a little bit of paint on me here, so I had to clean up my hand, and I started using this paper towel to lay down my hand on so that I couldn't move paint around the canvas. I was really worried about destroying the sky with extra paint because I'm not very good at color matching, so I feel like if I had to repaint it, it would have been a very large pain. So I started to be more careful after this. I decided to add a pearl just to kind of represent the oysters that were also significant to our culture. Oysters often live in large colonies like clams, but they tend to stick onto rocks. But I just thought of adding a pearl to kind of tie in the seashell life. So I thought I was done here with my initial design, but it felt really empty, so I decided to add some white to the under eye just to give some more symmetry and balance. I just really like the stylized look. Often this symbol here with the triangular shape is seen on whales. Whales being significant because we used to hunt whales by canoe. So on the other side of the canvas, I do have a whale tail to represent the importance that whaling was to our culture. I also decided to add a sun in because I love the sun. It was initially going to be a sea urchin, but I had to pivot because the orange on the purple sky really did look like a sun, and I leaned into that. Because not everything is as it was meant to be, and I think that's true to most art forms where you have an initial plan, but it doesn't always work out and you have to learn how to adapt. Just like our clams. Clam gardens almost went extinct, but it's a practice that has been revitalized. There is a website called the Clam Garden Network, which initially I did in my research for this piece, and how indigenous people are revitalizing this very important tradition. So here I am just finishing last little details, making sure my line work was very smooth since that is the style, a West Coast indigenous style I was going for. I'm quite pleased with how this turned out, and you can follow my YouTube page for more art content. So here it is in the exhibition. I was the first opening on the wall for a painting, so I was really excited about the placement.